Moving on, it's officially playoff season. Let's talk a little about Wildcard Weekend. Okay, playoff picture. Are we going to display this graphic, intern Brandon, so that people can see it? Okay. So, obviously, the Chiefs have the bye. Detroit Lions have the bye. Dude, by the way, I was kind of questioning Dan Campbell's decision to play his starters versus the 49ers. I'm like, why did he do that? Like, they're going to be on a short week. Now they're going to have to play
you're talking about like the Christmas
game.
week?
Yeah, like they're going to be on a short week now. Then they're going to have to play the Vikings, who are peaking right now. And then they might not get a bye. And they go out and beat the living donkey dick out of the Minnesota Vikings. Like, just pummel them.
Not the
and
donkey dick.
I'm like, okay, well, I should just shut the up because Dan Campbell's clearly got this figured out.
He's got to figure it out.
Yeah.
He's got the
Kansas
boys
City
rolling.
Chiefs with the bye. Detroit Lions with the bye. Eagles, the number 2 seed in the NFC, face the Green Bay Packers at home. The Buffalo Bills, the number 2 seed in the AFC West, face the Broncos at home. Packers and Washington had some interesting things shake out to see who was going to be the 6 or the 7 seed. Bucks moved up to the 3 seed because
won the
LA
division.
lost. Yeah. So there was a little bit of shuffling here. What team are you most surprised didn't make it?
Surprise?
I think going into the season, the team I'm most surprised didn't make it is probably the Bengals with Joe Burrow, T. Higgins, Chase healthy. You thought they'd probably be in the playoffs. The team I'm most surprised made it in his first year as the coach. I'm the most surprised with the Chargers. Maybe Broncos.
I'm not really surprised that, after playing the Broncos earlier in the year.
I'm talking about early in the season.
From the beginning.
Because obviously all of these guys aren't surprising that they made it as the course went on. But before the season started, which teams has surprised you the most?
The most?
Actually, I'm going to take this back. Washington is the most surprising to me.
Yeah, I mean, Washington, the 2 rookie quarterbacks, Washington and Denver.
Denver, yep.
Honestly, I don't know why. I didn't think Minnesota was going to be, that big
dominant.
That dominant.
Yeah.
Sam
Aaron
Darnold's
Jones.
playing his tail off.
Yeah. Just playing Washington over the last few seasons. And I mean this with so much respect for Dan Quinn and even respect. Like, I think Rivera is a phenomenal coach as well. But that team with like the whole organizational thing happening with Dan Snyder, they felt like it was going to take some time to rebuild that culture and chemistry there in Washington. And it just goes to show when you hire a great head coach and you hit on a rookie quarterback like that who's playing at this level, how fast it can happen. Like, they're already in the playoffs. I do think that they lack some of the pieces to really compete for the Super Bowl this year. That's my own opinion. But I think it's remarkable that they're in the playoffs that quickly. And it's a testament to Dan Quinn, Kingsbury, and all those players. They went out and signed some really good veterans, Bobby Wagner, Zach Ertz. I just think that they really did a good job of getting pieces to help shape that culture with some veteran guys, bringing in the right coaches, hitting on draft picks, and it's just been a remarkable year for the Commanders.
100%. I'm right there with you. Bigger rookie surprise, I'd probably say Bo Nix, man. I think Jaden Daniels won a Heisman winner. You kind of saw
the flashes.
Yeah, you saw the flashes. Not that Bo Nix didn't have any flashes. I just think
no, but there are a lot more. To your credit, sorry, I did not mean to cut you off.
No,
there are a lot more people doubting the Bo Nix pick than the Jaden Daniels pick. So I think that's the reality of it.
When you look back on it, though, man, I mean, you watch Bo Nix in college, man. That dude can fucking ball.
And I'm telling you, the moment I saw him fired up on the sideline, throwing it back at Sean Payton, I love that. I mean, in the right amount, like it can't be all the time.
Yeah, and
there is something about
kind of who knows how fiery that even was, but you already know.
Who cares? All I know is that he cares. That's why I like to see it.
Give a fuck, yeah.
Because, like, not that it's the right way to handle. You got to be controlled as a quarterback, and you got to be poised, so you can't do it too much. But every once in a while, in the right moment to do that, it's like, oh, okay. And it's not like over the top. It's not a ridiculous amount. It's just like you could tell he wants to win games. He wants to be great. And that's a huge part of it. And
if it is over the fucking top, realize it in the fucking moment. talk to whoever you just went above and beyond with, and fucking get it right, and let them know. Listen, man, I just fucking want this shit.
Yeah,
I'm with you.
He's a killer, man, and you could tell he's competitive as hell. And dude, when you take great traits and you take a competitive individual, usually that leads to a good football player.
I hear you.
Okay, of the teams with home games, what's the toughest place for a playoff game to play at?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah, I think you got to go Arrowhead. I will say
no. This is wild card. This is wild card.
Okay, if we're just going this round, Buffalo's obviously got crazy home field advantage. 1 from the fans, but also 2 from the weather. I'm a homer. I'm going to be a homer. I think the Link is a hard place to fucking win a playoff game in, and I think it's been
out
that
of
way.
all these games. The Link is probably the one that I think is the most hostile environment.
It's fucking loud.
Yeah,
it's cold because it's in the Northeast. So some of these Southern teams come up. Although Green Bay's not going to be dealing with too much, they're not going to be nervous about the cold. I think the Link is hard to win a football game in.
Yeah, especially a playoff game.
I mean, we lost in Tampa Bay last year, but I think I'd probably go Buffalo or the Link are my top 2. What's harder, the Link or Arrowhead?
I mean, Arrowhead gets a fucking rocking.
Let's move on.
Don't even. You want to step into the loudest stadium in the world?
I think it's equal. All right.
It's like the loudest, nicest stadium in the world, or the almost loudest, and you just got a bunch of
people are just going to tear you apart.
A bunch of motherfuckers.
We're going to throw rocks at the buses. All right. Hypothetical. Please don't do that, Philadelphians. Hypothetical. All the games are on at once. What games are the YouTube TV quad box? Okay, well, this is a hypothetical.
Shout out to YouTube TV and the quad box.
No doubt.
I'm going. I think that Bucks Washington game is going to be fun to watch. I think that fucking Vikings Rams game is going to be fun to watch. As much as I think Buffalo is a better team, I think Denver right now is playing really fucking good football. So I'll probably watch that one. And I think for me, the game that I'll probably end up playing the winner of is the Chargers versus Houston game. So I'm going to watch that one.
Oh man, I don't even know. I'll definitely watch Eagles, Green Bay.
They're going to fucking blow them out. I'm not going to watch that game.
I mean, dude, Green Bay's surprising. Matt LaFleur sometimes can dial up some stuff.
Dude, I got all the respect in them.
Yeah.
I just don't see it.
Jordan Love, when he's on, he can sling it. I think that game, I don't think it's going to be a blowout, but I do think the Eagles will win. I'm definitely watching Baltimore versus Steelers because I'm an AFC North kind of guy, and I think that matchup is always intense, even though the Steelers are floundering right now. Like, they are struggling. They're limping to the finish line, but I can't help myself. Bills, Broncos, and I'm probably watching Tampa Bay, Washington.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, the Vikings LA one is interesting to me. The one that I'm definitely not watching is Houston versus Chargers. I don't know why. That one's that's the least interesting game to me. Is that fair?
I'm watching it because I think that's
probably who you're
two
playing.
Teams I'm going to play. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Well, this is
just based off the seeding.
The reality is I'm watching all of these games because playoff football is the fucking best. But if they all played at once and I have to watch only 4, that's probably the 4 I'm going with.
That's probably the best way you can answer that.
Yeah.
All right.